problems, breathing problems, suspected cardiac arrest, I'm going to turn you over to Mr. Hansi.
Okay, what I'm about to introduce you to is some of the basic equipment that lifeguard services have incorporated into the service. Firstly, this represents a baby, right? In the lifeguard services, we use this for training to do CPR and other emergency procedures for baby, right? This one is just the adult version of this one. Again, for training purposes so that we can stay sharp and up to date with all the latest techniques that has arisen in recent times. All right, so this is just the up to date, the bigger version for the baby. All right. Moving along, we have incorporated the pressure cuff. Right, this is to take blood pressure when pulling them from the surf. Right, so pressure cuff. And this works hand in hand with the stethoscope to get your blood pressure reading. In the event someone has received a laceration and is bleeding, we have cotton here that we can apply direct pressure to stop the bleeding before we transfer to the hospital. Here we have some gauze which we place on the person's injured area so that it can be protected from bacteria and stuff like that. Here we have some antiseptic, Savlon, to help fight germs so that we can clean the wound so that you'll have a lesser chance of contracting an infection into the wound after we are transferred to hospital. Alongside some mentholated spirit, again for cleaning of wounds. Alright. Now, safety has been a big issue throughout the country and worldwide, right? So we have implemented some basic safety stuff so that we can isolate ourselves from blood, any such diseases which may be carried by other persons, right? One such safety device, most basic, is latex gloves, right? Because we know if we come in contact with blood, what blood carries, HIV, AIDS, and all other blood-borne diseases. So we use latex gloves. So we are protected from that. Another device in which we use, it's called the CPR pocket mask. Gone are the days when we come over the person and actually blow into them by making direct contact. So we have introduced this. This is called a CPR pocket mask. It is a disposable mask. There is a one-way valve right through here, so air only goes one way and not the other. It's a one-way valve. So this just operates like this, attaches onto here. We put it on the casualty like this, seal it, and we blow through here. Okay, so in the event this person has drink poison, no poisonous gas and anything from his mouth can get in contact with you. So you are properly safe from that. Another wonderful piece of device they have introduced is called the BVM, or bag valve mask, right? So again, we have improved. We no longer have to actually blow, but we can deliver air mechanically. So this just goes over the person like this, and you squeeze this bag. When you squeeze the bag, air comes out from here, again passes through a one-way valve, and it comes out here. So the casualty is getting enough air. So you no longer have to physically blow. Now, this is called an oxygen cylinder or O2 bottle, right? This is your regulator here. This will tell you how much oxygen is in the tank, and this one will tell you how much oxygen you are delivering to your casualty. Now this tank is filled with 100% oxygen. So we guarantee that the casualty is getting 100% oxygen. So you have a sufficient supply of oxygen to the patient, right? This is called a non-rebreather mask, right? This just connects on here. This is your outlet here. Run through the hose. This non-rebreather mask goes over the casualty like this. Just like that. Right? This reservoir bag is filled with 100% oxygen. It is called a non-rebreather mask because when you exhale, you do not breathe in back the expired air. Hence the reason why it has these holes here, so that it will pass out. Non-rebreather mask. Now you can incorporate the BVM with the oxygen cylinder. There's a little port here that attaches here, and you can have here now filled with 100% oxygen rather than It could work without this anyhow. And you squeeze like this, 100% oxygen gets into your casualty. Okay, basic plaster band-aid. These are called oral pharyngeal airways. In the event of you need to open someone's airway, we are trained to use these. These just simply goes down into the casualty's mouth, sort of like this, and it hugs the tongue, pulling the tongue up. And as you can see, there are some spaces here. This is for the air to flow, right? So we can create an airway when there isn't one with the oral pharyngeal airways. Again, all lifeguards are trained in these emergency procedures, and we are trained to use each and every piece of equipment that you see here today. So people don't try this at home. We are trained professionals. And that's about it for some of the basic emergency response medical equipment that we have. All right, next let me introduce you to one of our latest piece of equipment, our water rescue craft, or rescue dinghy, as some people may commonly call it. All right, if you just come this way, we incorporate this piece of equipment on the high seas so that we can go beyond the breakers for quick and fast response into any emergency, as well as to transport our divers in the event that we have a submerged victim. Divers will come onto the boat, we transport them out, and they would start their search and rescue. Power steering, if I would just jump up there real quick. All right, we have our throttle system here. This is for port side engine, the other is for the starboard side engine. We have a automatic up and down hydraulic system so that the engine could go down. Now the engine could go down like this and up, so we can tilt it and raise it as fast as we can. We have a siren system so that if we are speeding across and there's a fishing vessel within the vicinity and they hear the loud horn of the siren, they would know to keep clear away from us because there's a rescue in progress. Again, power steering. All right, if we move on along to the back here, this vessel is powered by two Yamaha 55 engines, right? These are new brand engines, state of the art, that the ministry has bought for us. And as you can see, simple couple on here. These lines are the hydraulic lines here. This is the hydraulic pump that moves the engine left and right. So basically, in a nutshell, this is our rescue craft. Okay, as we move along, I'll now introduce you to the jet ski. All right, this is our jet ski, equipped with our sled, which we incorporate with the jet ski to make quick water rescues. Now the jet ski is a lot more maneuverable in and around the surf than the boat. The boat can only come in at a certain distance because we have mechanical parts, the propellers. So we need to be very careful when coming into areas where it is very populated. We have a lot of bathers. But with this piece of equipment, because it is a jet drive engine, we can come close and directly upon someone and we can warn them of the dangers that is existing out there. All right? Basic tools when operating the jet ski, we have our helmets, as we had demonstrated for you guys before, along with the jacket, the life jacket, which the operator would be wearing at all times. Helmet, life jacket, as well as his wetsuit. He would have on a wetsuit at all times. Now, in the event that he falls off of the jet ski, the life jacket will keep him afloat, as well as the key here is tethered to him, so that if he falls off, the key will come off from here and the jet ski would stop operations. It will shut down. And he can then swim to it, get on back on board, and continue on his patrol. Some basic compartments, a cooler for his water, so that he can have a cold drink of water because he's in the sun all day. All right. This is your instrument panel on top here. This would indicate to you the speed in which you are going at, your fuel gauges and stuff like that, and your temperature gauges. Inside here, we incorporate one of the the spare air bottles, which will be